Like writers have a writer's block. If you are struggling with KDP covers, or if your book gets delayed because of not creating the best cover, because if we watch videos around when we are learning about KDP, and so am I learning as well, we are always thinking that we should have the best cover and it should stand out of all the thousands of books which we are planning to have. But it's a very daunting task, and I think 60% is the reason our book gets delayed, because we are trying to figure out the best possible cover. If you see this book has already been released and the cover is not so good, but still they have made sales. Now that's a different story, that whether they are using ads or not. Here we can look for inspiration, but when we go to Canva, I'll just give you an example. So when we go to Canva, our book cover looks something like this. Now this is for some kids book, or worst case it looks like this, like kids kawaii coloring, and we just can't stay together or keep it together while designing it. If this is you, then let's get started. I have a very simple strategy to come up with the cover idea. Now there are two things. At last I will tell you which is the best possible way and which is working for me as of now. So let's get started. So we will be using ChatGPT, which is the paid version of ChatGPT, because we are going to use the image generation feature, which is DAL-E, or so it is called. So to create a book cover, we'll just give it a very simple prompt. Let's say we have a storybook on Christmas. So let's say create a book cover for storybook on Christmas for kids. Age range is, and I don't care about the grammar because it understands everything, years, and it should be based on USA demographics. So let's see what it gives us. It takes a few minutes. It should be done, a few seconds, not even minutes. And you can use any other software. If you have Midjourney, you can do it there as well. But let me see by refreshing it, has it generated anything or not. Let me download it. I don't know if for some reason it's not showing up. So for some reason my browser is too overloaded. So it has generated something beautiful, and the sample which I generated earlier was this one. So now this has a lot of flaws, like the spelling is correct. Now this is extra, and what happens if you try to like clean this up, it won't get cleaned. And this is waiting your turn, waiting. The text is not that good, and if you even if you edit the text, the white is not completely white. But this is a very good example of how you can create your covers, and based on this cover, actually I was trying to create something like that, or something of that kind, into Canva, and I stopped here. So this is one of the way to come up with the cover idea. As you can see, we have the Christmas book cover as well, and you can see, because we are using the word book cover, it actually generates a mock-up kind of structure for the kids book cover. So we cannot directly use this. Sometimes it generates something like this, which is this one. So we can actually use it, but we will have to use some upscaling tool. Many free upscaling tools are there. You can use that and you can generate the cover. So this is one of the ways. The second way is using Leonardo AI. Now this thing, you have 50 or 150 tokens free. I'm also paying for this, but yeah, you have 50 or 150 free tokens, and you can generate at least 5 or 6 very good images in there. For that, you'll have to use this cinematic keynote model and creative style and contrast high, because we need vibrance, and 1:1 is the thing. And we need large, or you can generate a smaller one and then upscale it to a better quality. So let's see what we can generate. A book cover for kids, or rather I'll copy it from here. As you can see, even if you make spelling mistakes, so this is just for idea generation. On Leonardo you cannot have a complete ready to go book cover, because it makes a lot of mistake, but it is good for generating images and giving references and then generating images if you're paying for it, and it is comparatively cheaper. That's the reason we are using it. So as you can see, this is something which is related to Christmas but not completely related to Christmas. There are gifts all around, but it's not, doesn't feel like Christmas. But yeah, you get the idea. You can either go for this, like centering this picture, with lot of things, and then you can create something on your own like this and put that particular picture in here and remove all these uh, similar looking cartoons, because you can either use this type of cartoon or this type of the art. So you can use this one and remove it, and then you can come up with the text and the font. Now moving on to the best thing. The best way to generate a book cover is using ideogram, which is this one. And as you can see, I have generated some sample covers for your reference. So look at this. You just have to clean this up little bit. This is something with my browser, that's the reason it's looking blur. It's not that blur. So you can see superheroes manner series, and I missed this out on the prompt. I did not give the space, that's the reason it's not having space. And look at the font and look at the creation, and even if you look at the image, if it looks a bit blur, you can upscale this and use it directly in your book. So this is how you can generate the covers. Let me give you the prompt, and this is also free. In a day you can generate 10. So be very meticulous about your prompt if you don't have to pay, because once you're exhausted with the prompts, with the free prompts, you'll have to wait 6 days something to get it generated. So let's see what the prompt is all about. And the best part is here, you don't have to learn about prompts. I'll show you the prompt here, and you can see I've made a lot of mistakes. So it's a book cover for kids manners book. Title text is table manner, and it understands pretty well, if you can see here. And then subtitle is superheroes manners series, funny kids font, bottom author name Towogi. So it has done everything precisely, and the only problem with this thing is, if you see properly, sometimes, not always, sometimes it generates extra limbs or extra fingers. Now in this case you can still use this and it doesn't have anything extra. And the best part is, if for one credit or for one generation, it gives you 4 images. So you can either use one of them, or you can merge 2 of them by creating on your own. So that's an option. So these 4 images, they are not taking 2 prompts or 4 credits or whatever you want to call it, tokens. They are just taking 1 token or 1 credit and generating 4 images. So this is the by far the best way. Look at this cover. It's simple, clean, yet appealing and vibrant. Nothing is off the mark. Everything looks good. Well, it's a bit bland or it's a bit soft. And look at this. This has been generated in the very same prompt, and it has all the beautiful parts what a kid's book should have. So you can use this one to generate your KDP book cover. So that's it in this video. This was my first video. Please let me know if I've made many mistakes or any mistakes or only mistakes. Thank you for watching.